Okay, so scientists and all of these experts have been telling us, showing us little breadcrumbs, giving us little clues and signs for the longest time that this reality could be a computer simulation. All right, so in this video, we're just going to do a quick review, and I'm going to use Chat GPT with some interesting prompts to see what information can be gathered from the internet. All right, so the first is comes from Economic Times. Science says that scientists links human consciousness to a higher dimension beyond our perception. I've already went over this before. It's pretty self-explanatory. They're saying that your identity, the feeling of like I am, I think, therefore I am, that whole feeling comes from another dimension. It's being streamed. That's why it's called stream of consciousness. Okay, next up. The world's first living robots can now reproduce, scientists say. Now, immediately when you think of robots, you might think of like Alpha, 9, Gamma, whatever that impression was. But you don't really think of like fleshy robots, which will be introduced. I'm not sure, probably in our lifetime. I mean, they probably already have them. I'm not sure if they've shown anybody. If they have shown people and I'm just not aware, just let me know in the comments. But pretty much, actually, I showed y'all a video not so long ago where there was what do you call it, like a guy who had like these fleshy wireless controlled organs that could be ran off of Wi-Fi. Next up, Oculus founder creates a VR headset that unalives you if you are unalived in the game. All right, so I prompted ChatGPT with this question. If you were a mad scientist, how would you go about creating humans from scratch? Y'all, the answers were interesting and led me down like this rabbit hole. I'm not going to read everything. I'm not here to bore you. I'm just going to read some important parts, but you can pause to read everything else. All right, so pause that, read that shit. All right, so genome engineering. Use CRISPR technology to design the perfect DNA sequence, combining traits for intelligence, health, strength, and adaptability. Hello? The Human Genome Project, have y'all heard of it? CRISPR? Not only are they trying to replicate consciousness, they're trying to replicate a real heart and a brain, like recreating the brain from scratch, okay? Artificial genes. Step 2, assembling the building blocks. You can see what that's about. Step 3, building the body. Now, 3D bioprinting. Use bio ink to print organs and tissues layer by layer. Print a fully functional skeleton and attach muscles, nerves, and blood vessels. Bruh. Introducing cell ink. Look how much that thing costs. All right. Cell ink bio ink is the first universal bio ink designed to print human tissue models with any commercially available or in-house developed 3D bio printing system. My G, we talking Westworld shit. So that's building the body. Like, I've been speaking about this for years, y'all. Like, building the body from scratch. You would think it'd be impossible, but let me take you. You can build the body, and then once you have the body, create a method for that body to bring in more bodies through a conscious download. Birth is an idea. 2 heads are better than 1. When the 2 people get together and they perform coitus, they electrically they're electrically charged, right? And their combined energy streams, like brings down that data in the form of a new soul. Data transfer. Anyway, so nervous system. Step 4, breathing life. Artificial heart. All right, so this comes from Futurism magazine. Headline: New bionic heart charges wirelessly inside patient's chest. They had a show called The $6 Million Man. You might want to look into that shit. Cyborgs are here. They've always been here, longer than you can fathom, longer than you've been alive. Step 5, mind and consciousness, brain activation, ethics module. Load the brain with a neural starter pack, including basic survival instincts, language, and critical thinking capabilities. Use machine learning to simulate memories and experiences. Y'all, this is what the fuck do we do when we're born. When you teach your baby how to speak, how to walk, how to talk, like speaking and talk's the same thing. That's machine learning. It's the same thing. Their downloads, their conscious downloads comes through the pineal gland wirelessly. And of course, like how they operate is based off of the positioning of the luminaries above at the moment of their birth. Final touches: skin synthesis, physical enhancements, aesthetic choices. Grow a protective epidermis layer and bioreactors, giving the body its human like appearance. The fuck? Bruh. Step 7: testing and adaptation. Release the human into a controlled environment to test their adaptability and behavior, adjusting the design based on observations. This is happening today. It's happening right now as you watch this video. And then I asked ChatGPT, how would you go about allowing your new human to create other humans, like birth? Step 1: digital DNA system. 2: creation of digital gametes. Now, I think bullet point 3 of number 1 is interesting. Include mechanisms for evolution by allowing occasional beneficial mutations, like twins. 6 fingers, 6 toes, 2 heads, Siamese twins, like all of that. Okay. Gestation process. Virtual womb. Create an artificial womb within the simulation that mimics a uterus with adjustable parameters for development speed and conditions. Include nutrient simulation systems, ensuring the new human grows with minimal input from external sources. Immediately, I thought of the placenta, but I could be interpreting this wrong. Step 2: embryonic development program. Write algorithms to simulate cellular division and differentiation as new human grows. So here is pretty much just describing birth. Develop the newborn with a starter set of behavioral scripts like crying for attention or learning through observations. Are you having an existential life crisis? Don't worry, you shouldn't be. But are you? Anyway, continuing. It's like testing out the capabilities of your new machine, putting them through a system like a schooling system to see which machine has standout abilities. Or I'm sorry, not machine, but like humans. Then it talks about cloning options and reproductive adaptability. Step 5: evolutionary algorithms for long-term development. Introduce an evolutionary component that evaluates the success of offspring and alters the digital DNA in subsequent generations for improvement. Digital DNA. We're going to have to come back to that topic. Because if you're a light projection, where's the origin source? And then I went further and asked, how would you insert your new human into a digital simulation? Here you go. Use advanced brain-computer interface technology to scan the human brain at a granular level, capturing the structure of neurons, synapses, and active thought patterns. Bruh, anybody heard of Neuralink? In a way, you could look at Neuralink as the artificial pineal gland. But wait, there's more. Personality encoding, simulation compatibility. Y'all can pause to read that shit. But look at number 2 of simulation compatibility, avatar integration. Now, I've heard some stories where some, mothers, soon-to-be mothers, can have dreams of their newborn child before they're actually birthed. That right there is the blueprint. Data transfer, birth. Now, birth is quantum computing. Like birth, I repeat, is quantum computing. When you are birthed, you're quantum jumping. There's more. Pause to read. A little bit more for people that are interested. So let me just bring it back to this article because I am just surprised more people aren't talking about this digital death. Because this reality seems so real because of tangibility. When you get sick, you get sick. When you die, you're gone, right? That's the material part of it. That's the visible light that we can see on the electromagnetic spectrum. However, we can't see what happens to your soul when it leaves the body because that is the part of the spectrum that you cannot see. So it's like autonomous regeneration. At the end of a video game like Call of Duty, where they show you moments before you pass away or like your journey throughout the game from like an outside view. That's life review.